Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackers, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Smash Bros. Upgraded Tournament. A real quick note about the next matchup for the Everyone is Here tournament. Next match will be tomorrow. We got the new match tomorrow, just in case anyone's wondering. But back to the matter at hand for the upgraded tournament. We got ourselves a new matchup, new results, and should be fun. Should be a little interesting. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's a very simple concept. Took a bunch of characters, put them into a tournament-style format, tournament thing, and then each matchup will vote between one of the two characters. Who would we rather see as a playable character in Smash Bros? So yeah, we vote, but there are a few rules in terms of voting. How does it work out? I'll put them up on screen, but they're very simple to follow, trust me. Alright, rule number one, you gotta be open-minded for this kind of tournament. Why do you have to be open-minded, you say? Well, every character in here is either an assist trophy, Pokeball, Pokemon, Spirit, me costume, background character, something like that. Anything that could be upgraded into playable character status for Smash Bros. That's what this tournament is all about. Rule 2, how do you vote? I guess that's technically rule 3. Anyway, rule 2, you only get one vote per person, alright? Keep it fair that way. Anything that seems suspicious, I'm going to throw it out. I won't count it. Rule 3, how do you vote? That's simple. Down in the comments, type the name of the character you are voting for. If you happen to like both the characters in the matchup, though, yes, you can vote for both characters. Completely fine, but just type the word both. Simple. Rest of the rules, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated from the tournament. Then once we get to the results to determine the winner and loser of each individual match, if there's a tie in the votes, we flip a coin on camera, fairest way to break the tie, and then each matchup voting-wise only lasts for just 1 week. Those are the rules. Let's get to the rest of the matchup. Alright, so let's quickly go over the results from last week, which was winner's bracket matchup, so both characters, no matter who lost, they're both still in the tournament. But the matchup from last week was Tails from the Sonic series, who was taking on Skull Kid from the Legend of Zelda series. And Tails has been on quite a, he's been tearing through everybody's, he's been on a great path. But then all of a sudden Skull Kid came along, and Skull Kid's like, I got this one. Sorry, Tails. Skull Kid ended up winning. I was a little surprised about this one. So Skull Kid wins 39 votes. To just 27 for Tails. So, quick story if anyone cares. There were a few people in the comment section saying, yes, Sonic series does deserve that second rep, but Tails is not the preferred pick. So, I guess that's why Tails didn't get some extra votes, I suppose. But, yeah, Skull Kid moves on. Tails drops to the loser bracket. Still in the tournament, though. Speaking of still in the tournament, how about the two characters in the matchup for today? Goemon from the Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon. That franchise is taking on Geno. Oh boy, let's see how this one plays out, shall we? So, who's up first? I think Geno's up first. I mean, we all know this, right? We know the history of Geno. And here's a fun fact I'm going to bring up in just a second, but Geno is owned by Square Enix. Square Enix is a little stingy when it comes to letting other people play with their properties, we'll say. I mean, look at Cloud and look at Final Fantasy, and yeah, there's not much there. Hey, the character's all I really needed. Sure, more music tracks would have been awesome. Cloud is more than enough for me for Final Fantasy. Sephiroth would be awesome too, I'm just saying. But they're a little stingy. And then Square, Dragon Quest. They didn't get as much, like, music tracks and stuff. I mean, there's still a decent amount. It wasn't like it was bare bones by any means. But the whole point, Square being a little stingy. So would they be willing to let Nintendo use this little possessed puppet? That's always the weird thing. Is it worth it to Square to have Geno in Smash Bros? And business-wise, that's the only reason I bring this up. Square gets nothing out of it besides the money to the licensing rights. Geno means nothing to Square. They have no plans to use him. They have no future, there's no future games. There's nothing. If it wasn't for the Smash Bros community requesting this character, he would probably be forgotten. Sadly, he'd be kind of forgotten, and it is kind of what it is, and it's a sad point. And here's the point that I want to bring up as well. If Sakurai never mentioned Geno, about potentially wanting him to be playable on the roster, would anyone actually be talking about him? Would people actually want him? That's a very fun question. I would love to know how that could have played out. If Sakurai never brought him up, would anybody even think of Geno? I think it's a fair question. Look, I'm a big Geno fan. He's getting my vote in this one. I'm letting you know that right now. I would love to see Geno in the game. But would I have even thought about Geno? I don't know. If Sakurai didn't bring it up, I don't know. So, again, he's got all sorts of great moveset. He's from an RPG. You got so many things to choose from. Geno, Beam, and World. So, like, think of it like this. Instead of me just naming the attacks. Think of him as a hybrid sort of Mega Man and Mii Gunner. You know, those two styles meshed into one character, and that's kind of what you're going to have with Geno. So, if you like either of those play styles, potentially you're going to end up liking Geno. So, he's in a weird spot, though, man. I tell you, he's in such a weird spot. And it's funny, the new Paper Mario game got announced yesterday. And I was scrolling through Twitter, and somebody posted a really, really good fake image of Paper Geno from the trailer. It was obviously fake, but it was really good. And somebody's like, wait a minute, is Geno in the new Paper Mario game? No, he's not. If anyone's seen that, and anybody knows what I'm referencing, it was fake. It wasn't real, okay? But it was really fun to see for a second. It made me think, like, wait a minute. Is Geno in the new Super Mario, or the new Paper Mario game? That would have been crazy. But I don't know. Is it crazy enough? Are we in the crazy times where we can get Geno in Smash Bros? Who knows? Even if he got included, the community will go crazy. Half of them really like the character and be super ecstatic, like myself. And then there's the other half that don't understand Geno and just dislike him. So, that, you know, it would just get people talking. So that'd be kind of a fun point. But what about his opponent here? Goemon. Now, Goemon recently got a Mii costume in Smash Bros, which was pretty cool. I think it was a few updates ago, if I remember correctly. I don't think it was the last one, was it? Somebody should let me know that. But I think with past couple updates, he's got his Mii costume. Pretty cool. You want a fun fact? I don't know if anybody knows this. Konami purchased the Goemon domain, the website, domain. Konami recently purchased that. Now, what does that say? Does that say anything? Does that say, like, is Konami... I think because they're getting... Wasn't Konami at the... weren't they just at the Xbox event last week? Yeah, we can say if that was a good event or not. I think Konami was at that, weren't they? I'm almost positive they were. And I think Konami might be doing more for, I guess, you know, the next generation, PS5, Xbox, Series X. Maybe they're doing more. Maybe purchasing that Goemon domain name, maybe that was a little bit of a hint, or like a, I don't want to say a tease, but, you know, something. Maybe Konami's going to do something with this guy, right? It would be crazy. Goemon has been on numerous Nintendo platforms. I think, Super Nintendo. He's been on N64, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's on, like, PlayStation 2 as well. So it's not like he's solely a Nintendo character, but he has pretty good ties with Nintendo. But I think the thing was that I think in the West he wasn't the most popular. I mean, I think in terms of popularity, I think he's even behind Simon Belmont. Yeah, we got Simon in the game, which is a cool Castlevania rep, nice. But I don't know. He's kind of in a weird little situation, kind of in a weird boat, right? It's like we haven't seen him for a long time. So again, same argument as Geno. Business-wise, would it make sense for the company to let Goemon in Smash Bros? What do they get out of it? Maybe there is a new Goemon. Maybe they're remaking old games. Maybe they're, you know, new installment, whatever it might be. Then maybe they could kind of tie in the two, right? Hey, new announcement for a game. Oh, look, he's coming out in Smash Bros. Tie the two in. The new game comes out soon, or within a certain time frame of when he releases in Smash Bros. If he is to be playable, so yeah, you could always bring up that argument, which would be pretty interesting. So, how about a moveset? So, definitely is steel pipe, or is chain pipe, right? What is it? Chain pipe, yes. You definitely got to get the pipe in the moveset somewhere. He's also good at kicking, like somersault kicks. There's another weird kick that he does. He's a lot of kicking, right? So, he's kind of more of a up close, definitely melee style kind of character. Be really fun character to kind of see, but again, just I don't know if he makes too much sense for Smash DLC. You know, it's again nothing against him by any means. I think he'd be a very interesting character. He's not really something that I'm clamoring to see, but if he got in, I'm more than willing to use him and try him out. Definitely. But I don't think he screams DLC for me. And, well, Geno's just so much higher on my list. Geno is what? 5, 6? Geno's top 10 character for, I think, top 7. So, Geno easily has my vote, but let me know who you guys have down in the comments. Geno, Goemon, or both. They're all good options. That is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Little sneak peek for tomorrow. Whoa, what was that? Excuse me. Tomorrow's matchup, results. Tomorrow's matchup, results for Saturday was Waluigi, who's taking on Leon Kennedy. And then the matchup for tomorrow is going to be Midna, another brand new rep who's never been in any of my tournaments, taking on Jill Valentine. And speaking of double videos, nobody said double videos, but I'll speak of it. My Raid Boss Cup, I loved the thing. It was tremendous. If you guys are into amiibos, Raid Boss amiibos, whatever, it comes out just a few hours after this goes live. I think it's over half an hour long. It's a pretty long video, so if you like that sort of stuff, stay tuned, check it out. It was a blast to do, and great way to wrap up Season 1. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.